Again, welcome to the Kirby Virtual Expo. As many of you may be aware, in the past we've held our Kirby Expo in our auditorium. However, due to COVID restrictions and for your health and safety, we're presenting virtually again this year. We hope to see you back in the auditorium next year. Over this past 2 weeks, we have presented a series of online presentations by some of Calgary's leading providers of information and services, featuring a wide range of topics that will help you maintain a healthy and rewarding lifestyle and to live your best life. Today, we're pleased to feature the Edgemont by Revera Living and welcome Hilary Richardson, Sales Consultant, and Jason Baker, Executive Director of the Edgemont. Hilary has studied at both the University of Lethbridge and the University of Western Ontario with degrees in history and public administration. Hilary has worked in a variety of sales and marketing roles in tourism, recreation, and the arts. She has also consulted with both nonprofit and for-profit clients. Hilary has a passion for customer service and loves getting to know her prospects and their families. Jason excelled for more than a decade in management roles in the hospitality industry before joining the seniors housing sector. His passion is to ensure that residents thrive and that resident experience is exceptional. To that, Jason has extensive experience in the areas of leadership, performance management, recruitment, employee relations, financial, payroll, and project management, and is also a certified Red Seal chef. I imagine that comes in handy for your residents to make sure that they enjoy their meals. Hilary, tell us a little bit about the Edgemont and why is your organization a little different perhaps than others?
Absolutely. So I'm just going to do one housekeeping thing before we get into the presentation. Jason will be joining us shortly. So I'm in a show suite right now by myself without a mask. And when Jason comes in, I will be putting a mask on. So don't be alarmed. We, of course, want to be extra careful and adhere to any public health orders. As far as the Edgemont, I'm just going to go to the first slide. Some of you may be familiar with the Edgemont neighborhood. We are a lovely location. We're almost right adjacent to Nose Hill Park. It's a quiet, mature neighborhood. Easy access. Right behind us is Shaganappy, and very easy access to Country Hills. So you're looking at a location in the Northwest that is easy to access for other family members who may be in the Northwest. We're quite a good location. So the other thing that's nice about the Edgemont is we can manage a variety of budgets in that we have both funded suites and private pay suites. So we have a contract with Alberta Health Services. Care is included in the price of your suite. So your care can go up to a fairly high level, but you won't be paying more if your care plan changes. And we can certainly talk more in the Q&A at the end, if anyone wants specifics. But basically, if you're looking at the funded suites, you need to get assessed through transitions with Alberta Health. And if you're going private pay, then I can certainly tour you and I can look at available suites and go from there. We do the assessment for a new resident coming in. We do have 24-hour nursing care, a fantastic chef, 3 meals, housekeeping, plus laundering of linens, and a fabulous recreation program. So, and it's very much a situation where, unlike some retirement residences, where be an independent wing, for example, and an assisted living wing, you can age in place in the suite that you choose. So you don't, if you need more care, you don't need to move to a separate wing. So that's kind of how that works. So my residents range in age from 60s to 102. So I'll just continue on, and I'm assuming, Colleen, if anyone does have any questions, they'll do raise hand and I can stop and chat a bit more, or we can hold questions to the end. I'll kind of leave that to your discretion.
Sometimes it's a less obtrusive if we do the Q&A following, but it's entirely up to you.
I mean, if there's someone that has something pressing to ask about, I'd say by all means, we will have lots of time to chat at the end, of course. I did want to just mention that one of the factors for a lot of seniors thinking of retirement living in, they need more care. And that's very important. And our nursing staff is fantastic, but we look at the whole person. So it's not just taking care of you physically. Our programs look at all of the dimensions of wellness. So I've just put up the slide here. We're looking at your emotional health. We want you to have friends. We have church services available. We have different activities like trivia and special presentations. We have exercise programs. And I'm pleased, as things are starting to open up again, we'll be able to have more opportunities for community engagement. One of the things that we're looking at doing is actually doing a bit of a food drive here to help the Kirby Center as well as the Edgemont Community Center for this holiday season. So I just wanted to give just a little bit of a slice of life. So I just have a bunch of slides. The most important thing about us, because we are all family here. So we've got a lovely resident when we had some nicer weather doing some gardening in our back area. We have a resident there with some of our nursing staff about to get on the bus. Oops, sorry, I clicked too fast. There we go. We have a lot of different activities. This is one of our servers who is also, he's also, as you can see, a balloon artist. At various times, we've done a lot of things to keep things fun for our residents. So this was a drop off at Valentine's Day with one of our lovely residents. This is one of our lovely residents on her 102nd birthday. Some more resident doing some crafts. And this is Salim, our bus driver, also known as the sheriff during Stampede. Give you a few other pictures. As you can see, as you can imagine with the bandanas, this was our Stampede celebration. We do have entertainers that come in periodically.
Sorry to interrupt you, Hilary. I've gotten a note here that the video we're having a little trouble with your audio, but someone has said that they cannot see your slides. I'm seeing it just fine. Is everyone else seeing the slides? If someone could perhaps pop in a chat just to let us know if the slideshow is being seen. Okay, Sherry is saying yes, it is being seen. So I'm not sure the other person that might have had this is Colleen. But yes, we are having a difficulty with your audio, unfortunately. Is there possibly any other electronics in the showroom there that might be posing a bit of a problem for you?
I don't think so. Let's continue for another couple of minutes, and I can always try moving to a different location in the suite.
Yeah, that might be helpful because you're kind of freezing and glitching in and out. So let's just give it a try again here, and we'll see how it works for you. I just want to make sure everybody gets your message.
just going to change position and see if that helps.
Okay.
And
Well, we'll
maybe
carry
just if anyone's having problems, just let me know. The other thing is, of course, we are recording this, but if there are any individuals, I can even do a one-on-one Zoom, a quick Zoom of the PowerPoint, if anyone would be interested in that, and we can go slide by slide as well. That would be my pleasure.
We'll carry on with your presentation and hope that that move has helped your audio output.
Okay. Perfect. So we do get out for activities, as you can see. This is, again, one of our special events in-house, our recent Halloween, some of our crafts, as well as this was an outing to a berry farm. So getting on the bus and going to different activities. Is that any better for anyone with the just changing position? Is everyone still seeing the slides and hearing everything?
I would say we'll carry on and
okay. So just giving a a few pictures of some of the fantastic food here. There's a surf and turf. We have some fantastic desserts. As you can see, those are Santa hats from last year. Care, we do have fantastic care staff. And I think I mentioned we do have care staff in the building 24/7. And just a couple of quotes there, because I can tell you they're full force, but it's probably more important that some family members who have had their loved ones here tell you a little bit about the care. Because again, our residents are very much a part of the family. So I'll just leave those so you can read those. I'm assuming everyone's had a chance to skim those, so I'll go on to the next slide. The other thing that's very important for us is that we are very much part of the community that has been a bit more challenging through the ups and downs of pandemic. Early on, our residents wanted to let people know how they were doing and send their good wishes out to the community. So we had a whole bunch of heart done up for all the residents, and they were all able to put their greetings. So I'll just do another slide. And as you can see, they go all the way down the street, and people in the neighborhood were able to walk by and stop and read all of the thoughts of our wonderful residents. We do get out as well to check on seniors, and that's been really important through this pandemic because a lot of seniors have been quite isolated. There were some soups that we sent out so that people could eat well. And then my last slide, I'm just going to show you a picture of our private dining room. And the significance of this picture, we were looking at doing a large garage sale in the fall. And unfortunately, the COVID numbers got quite high. So we didn't do a big one outside in our parking lot having the whole community, but we still did a scaled down version inside the Edgemont. And different resident families were donating things for a garage sale. We wanted the proceeds to go to our recreation department. And one of our lovely families asked if they could donate their china. And we said, we'd love your china, but we'd prefer not to sell it. Can we have it for our private dining room? And they thought that was a great idea. So we have set up the private dining room with some of our china on the bottom, as well as china on the top. And right now, visitors coming in must be masked when they're visiting. So we can't really facilitate families and friends coming in to eat right now. But as soon as that is a possibility, we will be having Margaret's family to use the family china. They will be the first guests in our private dining room. So I just wanted to kind of use that slide as a bit of an opportunity to tell you one of the stories about us and our residents. We're really looking forward to that possibility of people coming out to share a special meal with Margaret. And once we've had that first meal, we'll be able to have other families come as well to visit. So it's nice to be able to still have family dinners. Those are the things you don't lose if you move into retirement living. We just help you do it in a different way, and you don't have to cook. So that's just kind of a little bit of a slice of life. I'm going to just stop sharing the PowerPoint and just turn it back to chat. I did want to leave it quite open-ended to chat about what potential residents might be interested in hearing about as far as the change to retirement living. How do you know? I can talk about how do you know if you're ready, about what it's like moving into retirement residence. I kind of wanted to leave it up to the people in this virtual presentation to let me know what would be of most interest to you.
I think we can invite our guests at this time if you would like to ask a question, or if there's anything specific you'd like to know about the Edgemont or Revera. By all means, take advantage of the chat and Q&A buttons. We've got a couple of things coming in there. Star would like to know is for private pay suites, how is cost assessed?
So for private pay, it's just a set price. So we have studios, 1 bedrooms, and I have a few 2 bedrooms. Studios are $35. 1 bedrooms start at $43.50, and 2 bedrooms $65.95. Most people don't need a 2 bedroom. I do have a number of couples, and usually a 1 bedroom is fine for a couple. I do have some couples, again, depending on price point, who manage quite well in a studio. The pricing is basically all inclusive. So it's the suite itself, the nursing. So you have a custom care plan, housekeeping with laundering of linens, 3 meals plus snacks, and all your recreation program. So if that budget is a little bit on the higher side for you, we do have the funded suites through AHS, and the access to those is through transitions. So in either case, if you're interested potentially in the funded or the private pay, I'm happy to do tours so you can get a feel for what the Edgemont is like. For funded, you need to actually go through transitions, get assessed for needing designated assisted living, and give them some choices as to where you'd like to go, and they'll let you know when there's an opening. But I'm happy to give you a little bit of an in-person feel for what it's like here in either case. And
Daphne has asked about, is there a doctor, medical?
So we have RNs, licensed practical nurses, and healthcare aides in the building. There's 3 shifts of care. So 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7. Those are our staff. We also have Alberta Health case managers in the building because they oversee all the care plans. We do not have doctors that are Revera doctors, but we do have 4 family doctors who see patients here. So if you were interested in coming to the Edgemont, you could just ask our RNs which of the doctors is taking new patients. And a lot of families find that, and a lot of residents find that very convenient, because it's like the old-fashioned house calls. And they will come and see you when they're seeing their patients right in the suites.
Well, and Colleen has a very tricky question for you.
Yes.
How do we know when we're ready?
How do you know when we're ready?
Yeah.
Well, I would say it's never a good idea to do, it's never a bad idea rather to do a little bit of research. So it's better to know what your options are, what kinds of things would be important to you in a retirement living residence. And I would really encourage you to go and have a few tours so that you get a feel for what you might like. That doesn't make you at all obligated to moving in. You can at a very exploratory stage, and that's absolutely fine. But then at least if things change, it's better to know a little bit about what you like and what your options are, because what can sometimes happen is sometimes there may be a change in health, and then it becomes more of a requirement that Jason is just popping in as well, that I really need retirement living now, and then the family's often scrambling, and we certainly don't want that to happen. So there are a few things. I mean, it's going to depend on the individual as far as how do I know if I'm ready. For some people, it may be I need care. For someone else, it may be I'm doing okay on my own, but I'm very, very lonely. For other people, it may be, you know what, taking care of a house, cleaning, worrying about yard work, worrying about home repairs, all that sort of stuff is too much, and I'm not eating well. So it really depends on does it make sense to explore going to a retirement community, because a lot of that stuff is just taken care of and you can just really enjoy yourself, or are you not quite ready? But if you do a little bit of that research where you're coming to do some tours, at least you get a sense of what do I like, what do I need in a suite, what's important to me. For a lot of people, they may think, for example, oh, it's very difficult. I can't even think about leaving my home of 30 or 40 years and downsizing and all that sort of stuff. So I have a lot of outside experts who can help with downsizing and with moving and all of those things to make it a little bit easier. And it's the way I describe this, when you are coming into a retirement residence as a new resident, it's like going to a new school. So we typically have a number of things that people are concerned about. So you think back to when you're a kid and you go to a new school, it's the same process. Am I going to make friends? Am I going to food? Can I find my way around? And is this going to feel okay? So we really go out of our way. If I've got someone that's interested in coming, I ask a lot of questions. And that is really for a couple of reasons. We want to get to know the resident before they even move in. And we do a little bit of matchmaking, because if we know your interests, then we are going to try and find you a table mates or table mates for your meals that you're going to really enjoy having your meals with. I'll like to our director of recreation so that she knows a little bit about, she usually comes within a couple of days of move-in, and she will say, so I know you like to knit, or I know you like to paint, or is chair fitness of interest to you? Because it's a lot easier if you have our director of rec saying, let me take you to that first activity. And then you're not feeling like, oh, nobody knows me. It's a lot easier if Dorothy said, this is Anne, or this is Jean, or this is John. Welcome, everyone. We also come, and Jason is just entered the talk as well. Jason is our executive director. We also try and go and visit a lot, where we're just coming to see how are you doing and what do you need. And our staff are amazing. So with new residents, if you're looking a little, can't find my way around, or what am I doing? Everybody's going to stop and help.
It sounds, in showing your slideshow, it looks very home-like. All the activities that you have for them. One of the things particularly that I liked was having that formal dining room, because I myself, that's the hardest thing to give up when you're downsizing, is a place to be able to have your family dinners, get together with your family and enjoy that time. And if you're in a tiny little room or a condo, you just don't have that opportunity. So having that dining room, I think, just kind of makes it, and the china, the nice china makes it feel like home. So once things can open up again, I bet your residents will certainly appreciate that. We got a couple of things here. Beth has asked here, Colleen has said great answers. Thanks. Betty, are the funded suites based on health or your income? Are funded and non-funded all treated the same suites, food, etc.? Or are there various levels, I guess she's looking at?
So the funded suites, you have to qualify as needing assisted living. Sorry, just got a frog in my throat. The private pay suites, you can come in fairly independent and have care added over time.
So, but everyone is, but the program.
Everyone is treated the same. There's no separate wing for funded.
Okay, and I've got some Q&A here as well. Jason, if you want to take these.
I'll take over for a little while, sure.
Thank you for joining us. It sounds
We'll
like
give Hilary a bit of a break here.
There you go. It sounds like it's been rather busy there for you, so we appreciate you taking the time today.
No worries.
Sherry would like to, Sherry, I think we've answered that question. How do you know you're ready to make the move? And I think Hilary has addressed that, and it's a very personal, choice. Hilary's answer as far as checking out locations. Just by doing tours, you're not committed, and I think every organization appreciates the fact that people need to be sure they're making the right choice. So by doing their research and doing some tours, I think that but I think emotionally, there's a lot of an emotional investment in whether you're ready or not. Sherry, I think that, you just have to kind of, I guess, look into your heart and do your research.
We hear a lot of people that say, I wish I had moved sooner.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it is a big step. And of course, it's like, oh, should I do this? Should I stay in my home a little bit longer? We do find that once people get in and they start, visiting and building friendships and stuff, they're like, this is nice. I should have done it months ago, or so it does make a difference. You bet. It's just that first initial hesitation.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But it sounds like you're a good spot to be able to make people help people through that transition. And Maureen, is there much of a waiting list? I know that Hilary said yesterday when we chatted that she has been quite busy with new residents coming in.
Right now, I've done five move-ins in the last 4 days. So I think people are kind of doing I want to get in and settle before Christmas, you know? But we're also expecting another wave after Christmas, because some people are waiting to have, the last Christmas in their home, and then they'll come on in. So January and February are going to be busy too. This building has such a variety of suites that's important to them, and that way they get the suite they like. It makes a difference. Yeah, for sure.
And is there a wait list, or do you have space available?
There isn't. We still have a variety of suites, but of course the good ones go first, right?
There you go. Thank you, Maureen. Louise, she's $3,500 a month. Was that the fee that she understands?
$32.95 for a studio private pay. Our one bedroom start at $43.50. Again, that's private pay.
And Louise, I think that we'll make sure that you have contact so that you can reach out to Hilary if you would like any more specific information regarding fees, or anyone else that may. Colleen would like to know, how often do the rates increase?
You want to take that one?
I mean, rates will increase once a year on the anniversary, usually. The rate increases have been very minimal, to be honest. And that's something that of course is set by support office. So yeah, no, it's once a year. That's it.
So you don't have any surprises.
No, there are no surprises at all. That's really important when it comes to financial issues. You betcha.
And
the other thing, I know this is being recorded, so I don't want to date ourselves, but we do often have special offers happening at a certain period of time. So depending on what your timeline is, you can certainly ask, are there any incentives or special offers? Because sometimes that can be a big help as well. I will mention, as far as coming in private pay, you do sign a lease, but you're not signing it for a term. So it is just, we want you to come and stay and love it and stay for years and years, but it is just a 30 days notice.
okay, so you have options. If you
Absolutely.
if you make the decision and then you realize that maybe you weren't quite ready, then you do have options. So
when I'm signing a lease, I always tell people if they decide to move to Hawaii, they have to give me 30 days notice. And take me with them. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Does anyone else have any questions that now what I might suggest, I don't know if because it does take us a little bit of time to get the videos up on our YouTube channel. If you like, you could pop your contact into our chat box here that people can jot down, or if you have something that you'd like to send me after the presentation, I'll be happy to send. Be happy to send that out to people so that we can ensure that they have your contact should they be looking for information sooner, that we can get the video up for you.